How many of you are artists who have had your artwork shared, reproduced, or claimed to be someone else's without your permission? This happens extremely often, and for many of us who are artists, we may not realize that there are actions that you can take, and you may be entitled to collect damages and payments from those individuals who are stealing your artwork. First, I want to identify that many of us who are artists and see our own work being stolen and redistributed oftentimes feel an immense level of guilt for trying to claim damages and get paid for our work. I want to reassure you that you are not being entitled or greedy for seeking out respect for your own work. And I want to equip you with the tools that you need in order to take action, to get your work taken down, and in some cases, receive payment for the work that has been taken. In 2017, I was sitting over at a friend's house having our morning coffee while our children played. I reached for my phone to check my email, and I received an email blast from a well-known wedding publication. To my surprise, I opened their email to find my own photo that I had created with a team of wedding vendors for publication, shared with their entire email list with no permission, no credit, and no contact with me whatsoever. Side note, when I photographed this shoot in 2017, I was super pregnant. Now, this was a large publication, and they 100% without a doubt knew better. I immediately responded to the publication to let them know my frustration, and my initial response to them was not the most professional, but I knew that I wanted to immediately call them out on it. Immediately following my angry outburst, I reached out to my attorney. My attorney followed up with legal counsel in written form, advising me of several key pieces of information that I needed to take into account, as well as several steps that I needed to take. The steps that I took resulted in me receiving a $3,600 payment from the brand. The first thing you want to do in this scenario is gather evidence, because this business or individual will most likely remove whatever can be immediately seen was yours from their listing, their website, etc. You want to take screenshots immediately of all places where your work appears. Now, copyright refers to the name of the legal rights that the creator of the artwork holds. You hold copyright for your original artwork the second that you click that shutter, put pen to paper, or create your artwork. While the artist holds the copyright simply by creating the work of art, you will want to register your copyright formally with the U.S. Copyright Office in order to enforce copyright violations to the full extent of the law. I applied for a copyright for the specific work of art so that if the publication refused to pay my invoice, I could later on down the line seek legal action. Next, following the advice of my attorney, I sent along a settlement letter asking for 3 times my normal licensing fee for using the image. Company, of course, tried to negotiate that fee with me to what they felt was reasonable. However, we were past the point of reason. They had already distributed the image to their thousands-strong mailing list, which could not be undone. I held firm and reiterated that I was made well aware of my rights in terms of copyright infringement from my attorney. In many cases, whomever it is that has stolen your work may either ignore your request, refuse to take it down, or continue to use or sell your work of art. In this case, you're going to file a DMCA takedown notice with their website server or the platform where the infringement occurred. Because they are utilizing copyrighted material, this is going to result in that website or that listing page getting taken down. A template for a DMCA takedown notice is linked in the description down below. Next, anywhere where you are posting your work, you want to add a clear communication that you are not open to Creative Commons license, meaning that other people can use your work as long as they reference you. Add a simple line to all social media accounts and other places where your visual work is shown, stating that all images or works of art are copyright in the years of your business and all rights are reserved. Unfortunately for artists, we oftentimes feel an immense level of guilt for getting ourselves paid a fair living wage in exchange for work that we either created or that was taken from us. I want to impart to you the importance that there is in standing up for yourself as an artist, as a business owner, as someone who's self employed, for getting paid for the work that you do or the work that is stolen from you. This is not a situation of being greedy, of trying to get something out of someone when you simply could forget about it. It is a case of someone disrespecting your hard work and you needing to get paid for their use of your work. So do not let whatever feelings of guilt or reservation that you have stop you from getting your work respected, taken down from being used, or paid for the work that was stolen. Now, as you can see, the representative in charge here who was communicating back with me was doing so rather unprofessionally. They wanted me to sympathize with them, to hear that they were a nice person, and to simply accept either getting their social media images taken down or negotiate a smaller fee for me. That simply does not cut it with a large publication that knows better, that is sending out this information to thousands through a mailing list that cannot be reversed. This is simply not acceptable. The end result was that the company paid my invoice without any further argument or negotiation. They agreed to the fee, I sent them over an invoice, and they paid it promptly. Okay, you guys, for those of you who are undergoing similar issues, I want to encourage you to stand up for yourself, even if this is a small business or an individual who is stealing your work without permission. You may not choose to pursue suing them or collecting damages or payment from them. Whether or not you decide to pursue collecting payment or damages from them, I want you to understand that you should still stand up for your work being used with permission only.